Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
We are Sue-less this morning, so we're going to go a cappella, is it?
That's correct.
I said it correct? Yes, I'm learning. So let's sing God Bless America. I'll lead us out.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Pretty good. You guys started before I could lead us off, so all right. Rory King, I believe you have our invocation this morning.
Eternal God, we offer our gratitude for this moment, for food, for our time together with friends, for this day's work. Grant the gifts of insight and wisdom for all our work. Give faithfulness and honesty to all. Bless our world with your peace. Amen.
Thank you, Rory. Megan Reed, our second vice president. Do we have any guests here today?
All right, good morning. So we have some visiting Rotarians with us today. First and foremost, our darling district governor, Mr. Herb Klotz. Hello. We also have Jeff Legg visiting today. Where's Jeff? Hi, Jeff. Barb Batita. Hi, Barb. Welcome. Oh, Assistant District Governor. Sorry, Barb. Okay. And Shannon Schuster. Hi, Shannon.
All right, thanks, Megan. Okay, so a couple quick thank yous this morning to Gordon Reese and Rory King and Bill Erdman for working the table outside, and Jim Kenny for being our greeter. Thanks, guys. Rory King for double pinch hitting this morning. Thanks for doing that. Just want to let everybody know that Sal Verastro is not here today, so please keep him in your thoughts and prayers. His dad was rushed to the ER late overnight, so he gave me a text pretty early this morning, so thoughts with him. He needs to help his mom out. Also, John Chishka, first time you're here in a couple weeks. In 2 weeks, correct. And if you haven't been following the YouTube makeups, I've been trying to thank you for taking the time to send out that email with the real cool red arrows and all that on the club runner. Okay. So that was well done, and I thank you for that. Okay, so just a reminder again, Monday, October 7th, which is coming up here, it's the Welcome to the Rotary event from 6:30 to 8:30 at Bravo. And Herb's here. He's going to tell us a little bit more about the Purple Pinky race. You've been hearing me talk about that every week. And also the RLI, the Rotary Leadership Institute, is October 19th at Arcadia University in Glenside, Pennsylvania. The Rotary Foundation Seminar and Grant Training is November 2nd at Montgomery County Community College. And also there is a board meeting today immediately following our regular meeting. If everybody read the trumpet this week, I did put these and other events coming up that are on a district level. Any announcements from the floor? Bob.
On your table is your sign-up sheet for the Miracle League for the 12th. We need at least 13 more people. We only have one sign-up, so for the 12th, and that's for the baseball games, to be volunteers. The Interact Club is going to do the second two games, hopefully, but we need at least 12 or 15 volunteers if we can get them there. So please sign up on the table. We'll have this out next week as well. Brief report on the field hockey at Northwestern. This week, the field hockey team from the little Northwestern Big Ten school, they beat the mighty Ohio State, and then they turned around on the way home, they beat Miami of Ohio. This weekend is the biggest weekend ever in Iron, they play Michigan State on Friday. They've never beat Michigan State, or Michigan, and on Sunday they play Michigan State. So I'm going to be rooting for that, because if they beat Michigan, it'll be the first time they've ever beat them in field hockey. So I'll let you know next week what happened. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Bob. I will be sure to start the meeting a little bit early next week. Any other announcements? Dee.
I just have, the Oregon Friendship Exchange is coming, and they are coming in October. They're actually here from the 15th to the 27th, but they are going to be with the Emmaus Club from the 15th to the 19th. I have 3 hosts so far, and they need 2 more, so if anybody's interested, please email me or call me, let me know. It'll be 4 nights, 15th to the 19th. Thank you.
Thank you, Dee. Bill.
In the continuing effort to support the foundation, just a reminder, this is a Rotary piggy bank. We have a number of ways that you can support the foundation. This is probably the easiest one. If you want one of these, there's still them on the table. There's more in the closet. So please, you put it on the bureau or whatever, drop coins in it when it's full. You do not have to count it. Just give it to me. I'll take care of counting it back. So we try to make it as easy as possible. That's probably one of the easiest ways to support the foundation. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Bill. Roger.
Next Wednesday, I'm going to have a complete shoulder replacement surgery. I'm not looking forward to it. Here's 10 hopeful dollars.
Good luck, Roger. Anyone else? Nicole?
Reminder to sign up for the Make a Difference Day events. We have sheets in the back, and I did send out an email last week with all of the events with the details. So if you have any questions, you can email us.
All right, very good. Don?
And to follow up that, remember there's extra t-shirts. You're doing 2 or 3 events that day, you want to change, so I got extra t-shirts here.
Perfect. Okay, and a couple more announcements from your president. First of all, next week is Peter's last meeting here with us. So please come out, because he has a little bit of a goodbye to say. And he also has left me with wise sayings, which I can incorporate every week at our Rotary meeting. And I've read through these, and they are very wise. I'm excited to go through that, and thank you for that, Peter. Also, next week is going to be a very interesting presentation here. We have Neil Van Dyne Hanwash, who is going to be giving us a presentation on Rotary's initiative to bring clean water and proper sanitation to Haiti by 2030. So if you haven't read your newsletter this week and keeping up with the speakers, next week's going to be a very, very cool presentation as well. Not to trump what we're going to see here today, but that's going to be a good one. And also, one other thing I was going to say, but I forget what it is. So let's go to the raffle.
Some money. Did you get the pick? 212. Here you go. Money.
Story of my life. Daily
Let's get our speaker today. Pick one.
Oh.
You read that?
204.
Here. Wow, I can keep holding. All right.
215.
Another one.
another chance.
All right.
216.
Come on.
Oh, not again.
Give it to Eileen for the macaroni.
Nice, perfect. Thanks, everybody. I just remembered what I wanted to make note of. Last night were the youth and the youth exchange committee meetings down at Willow Lane. I just want to thank everyone that showed up to that. I want to thank Rose, and I want to thank Dr. Tony Moyer. These guys are really kicking it up in these committees, and you're going to see some great things coming by getting us more connected to the youth of our community. So, Rose, I really want to thank you. You've done a fantastic job on what you've prepped and how engrossed you are in this. So thank you very much. All right, Sarge, take her away.
I'm glad to see you're getting on track with getting the president's message, sir. Is that Mike putting the notice out too soon for you, that you can't get to him with the message in a timely
Nope.
manner? All right.
Nope, he just decided not to check it.
Last week too?
No, last week I diverted from a president's message. Give you a little break from it.
Oh, so I can't find you because you chose to divert.
Correct.
All right. But I can find you for something else.
That's correct too.
All right. Just for being here. It's interesting, we had a lot of people come in late, I'm probably short because Herb was here and they woke up and totally forgot about it and then rushed right in. So Chris and Jeff and thank you very much for rushing in to hear Herb, that was wonderful. I have collected those fines already, I have collected a couple other fines from people. What the heck, because Herb has a lot to say, let's go right to this, our happiness hour today. How about D first?
Ooh, that's rare. I hardly ever get to go first. Ooh,
Oh,
I'm so
sit
excited.
down.
Hurry up and make it first.
Anyway, okay, I just want to give 10 happy dollars for my 10 people who were with me on the Rotary Friendship Exchange in South Africa. It was actually very enlightening, which is unusual for a friendship exchange, which because it was more enlightening than the usual just cultural. South Africa has a lot of problems, but it was really amazing, and it makes you glad that you're back here in your own bed in America. But I want to thank everybody, and actually the whole district, because it really is a great program, and I hope some people everywhere in our district get to go along sometime. So I'm very fortunate that I get to lead that group. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I want to follow up on these comments. The Friendship Exchange was fantastic. The service project that we did in Zambia was really, really rewarding, helping paint the classrooms for these students, and that was really something. In addition to that, I want to say that I'm very happy that Herb's our new district governor, and I'm looking forward to his presentation and forward to his year as serving as our leader, okay? But the most thing I'm happiest about is I have 46 happy dollars because next Monday I am retired. I am done.
I have two happy dollars, South Africa, but last weekend we spent the weekend in Nashville. It's a great destination if you've never been down there. Alicia has non-stop flights out of Allentown to Nashville. You can go down on Friday, come back on a Monday like we did, and went to the Grand Ole Opry and the Ryman Auditorium. That's cool. Saw the Hermitage, so it was great. And on Saturday we're leaving for 4 nights for Savannah, another great destination out of Allentown. After 7 years of courtship, about 9 months ago, one of our sons popped the question. The wedding is this weekend, so
I just want to set the record straight, in case anybody's wondering, I did not counsel Barry on how to retire.
Let me report though.
Anybody else? All yours.
All right, thank you, Don. I would like to introduce to you District 7430's Assistant District Governor, Barb Petita.
Good morning, everybody. Herb joined Rotary in 2011 as a member of the Allentown West Rotary Club. He served as club president in 2015 through 16. He was the district membership chair from 2016 to 18 and led the effort in starting 2 new Rotary clubs in the district. In 2019-20, Herb is the District 7430 Governor and Zone 32 Assistant Rotary Coordinator for the 4 Eastern Pennsylvania districts. Herb has been actively involved with Rotary Foundation global and district grant projects in Sierra Leone, Africa, and the Dominican Republic. He's traveled to both locations on numerous occasions. He's a member of the District 7430 Grant Committee and in the past has been coordinator of the district's Polio Plus fundraising team for the district-wide Yvette Palmer Purple Pinky 5K. He resides in Macungie with his wife Ronnie, who is also a Rotarian. And without further ado, here's Herb.
Thank you. Well, thank you very much. I never seem to get used to that. Everybody's standing up. It's just, I don't know. Wow. All right, well, it's great to be back. And, well, we know each other. I've been here once or twice before. First question. I always start my presentation off with a quiz. How many have seen the videos that we've been putting out every month? Not too bad. Okay. It doesn't work on here, so I can't show it. So what I want you to consider is talk to the folks that have, if you haven't seen the videos, talk to the folks that have. I'm not doing a message of the month in the newsletter. What we're doing is we're doing a video of the month. And what I do is I narrate about, it's a 3-minute video, and it's about something relevant in Rotary. So in August, it was about membership, and we interviewed a whole number of people about why they joined Rotary. In September, it was about our youth programs, and so we had our 4 district youth program leaders talk. In October, what do you think? It's going to be about polio. Okay, you guys might remember me last year standing up here in my running suit talking to you guys about polio. And in November, what do you think, Bill? Foundation, exactly. So we're going to be doing different topics every month. And starting probably in January, we're going to go around to different clubs and talk to them about some of the really cool projects they're doing. And who knows, maybe one of them will be Emmaus. So that's kind of what we're doing, and it's just a lot of fun, and they're professionally produced. So they're really quite good. Amy Scheller does this for a living, and she produces the videos for you. Okay, so this past year, Rotary International created a new vision. And that new vision is, together we see a world where people unite and take action to create lasting change across the globe, in our communities, and in ourselves. And to me, this message really hits home about what we are as Rotarians. I'm going to say it again. Together, we see a world where people unite and take action to create lasting change across the globe, in our communities, and in ourselves. And I'll refer back to this, I think, at least once more in the talk today. Our Rotary International president this year summarized our goals for Rotary this year in 2 words. Our goal this year is to grow Rotary. And we added as a district, we want to grow our membership, we want to grow our service, we want to grow our giving, and we want to grow our youth programs. So I'm going to talk about all 4 of those today. So the first one is around growing membership. Our goal this year is to start 3 new Rotary clubs in our district with 100+ district membership gain. Okay, that's unheard of. We've never done that before. But I will tell you that last year, when Cindy Horniman was our governor, our district grew, our district's membership growth was the highest in the Northeast United States. So give yourselves a hand. And it wasn't even close. I mean it, it wasn't even close. We can do this, okay? And I know this club has already added 5 members this year. And I want to encourage you to continue to work to grow. We have, the reason why we did that was because we have so many healthy clubs in our district. And so we know that if we can start these 3 new clubs, we've already started one. We started a satellite club in Harleysville. We've got lots of other plans. We're actually working on about 7. I don't know if but we think we can start 3 out of that 7 this year. We'll need about a net growth of 40 or 50 from all of our existing clubs, and we think we can do that. So thank you, Emmaus, and keep going, okay? The other thing that I want to talk about are some supporting district activities. One of the things we did last year was we asked presidents-elect in the first president-elect training session we had a long discussion about how can the district better support your club. And we came up with a number of ideas from those sessions, and then from that we built our action plan for this year. And these are 3 things that came up. One of them was around member attraction, 2 area mixers. Now that's really not going to affect this club. This club is very effective at growing and adding new members. But there are clubs in our district that are too small to do that. So for example, we're going to be doing one of these area mixers over in Berks County in October. And we're working on deciding where the second one is. That one will be in the spring. The second one does impact you, and that's around engagement and welcome to Rotary for new members. We got feedback from our club presidents that they felt this would be a helpful thing to do. And we're going to be doing 4 of these welcome to Rotary. They're for new members. What they're intended to be is a networking opportunity to meet new Rotarians outside of their clubs right away after they've joined Rotary. And actually our first one's in 2 weeks. And I want to encourage anybody who's a new member, you've received an email from us. It's on October 7th, it's up at Bravo. And to sign up, and it's the first one, so we're going to learn. And we'd like to get lots of a good turnout for that. And then we're going to do a little bit about learning about Rotary. So we're going to be like doing a speed dating thing around the tables, but it'll be a combination networking, speed dating event to learn about Rotary. And we think it'll be a lot of fun. And we're going to do one in the Lehigh Valley. We're going to do one in Berks. We're going to do 2 down in Bucks in Montgomery County, and they're like every 3 months we're doing. And then the third one is around public image, and I can announce now that on November 16th, whoever the Facebook administrator is in your club, if you're interested, or somebody who actually helps with Facebook on the club, we're going to be doing a 4-hour club Facebook training down at Ursinus College with our public image chair, David Akers, and he's a professional. He does this for a living. So if that's something of interest to you, we will be sending that out really shortly. It's a Saturday on November 16th. Yeah, I sent it to you, but we haven't sent it out yet. We will send it out in January. Our second goal is around growing the impact of the Rotary Foundation. Now, you guys know a little bit about the Rotary Foundation, so this is very unusual to have this conversation, but with this club. But our goals this past year was to have 35 clubs participate in district grants. We want to grow our annual fund share by 10%, and we're trying to grow our Purple Pinky Race to Zero giving by 10%. And so first one, 35 clubs participate in district grants. Well, this is kind of cool because I became district governor on July 1st, and on July 1st we achieved this goal. How's that? First day, all right? And we had 34 district grants funded this year, and 37 out of our 45 clubs participated in district grants. That's unheard of. And thank you. And I know Emmaus always participates, so this is you know, this is not something new for you. You participate in district grants, you participate in global grants and everything. But to have 37 of our 45 clubs participate, you know, that's kind of, wow, let's do this every year, right? Because it's a great opportunity to grow what we do with the Rotary Foundation. So we've been promoting this because there are probably 7 or 8 clubs that did this that have never applied for a district grant before. And they said, wow, they're small, they're a couple $1,000, but it's a great opportunity to help them understand what the value of the Rotary Foundation is. And I know this club understands that really, really well. You are always, every year, and I suspect you know this, you're the #1 giver to our annual fund every year. And it's not even close. So you guys are so important, and thank you, and we really, really, really appreciate what you do for the Rotary Foundation. But what I'm doing this year is we're putting up a challenge, because we really do want to do this every year. But there's a problem, okay? See, as you know, the way the Rotary Foundation works is we donate to the annual fund, and 3 years later it comes back to us. Well, 3 years ago was the 100th anniversary of the Rotary Foundation. And guess what? We raised more money that year than we had ever raised before. So we got to benefit from that this year. We had $85,000 to spend on district grants. Well, next year we don't have $85,000, but of course we want every club to participate again, and I know Emmaus will. But next year we have $65,000, and the year after that we have $65,000. But we really do want to do this. This is unbelievable. At the changeover in June. We had district governors there from other districts, and when I put up this slide, I could see the look on their face. You get 37 out of your 45 clubs to work with the Rotary Foundation? That is unbelievable. So with that in mind, I have a challenge, and the challenge is sort of, I'm a little hesitant to say this to this club, because you guys are, you're #1, you're the best. But maybe there's a few of you that this might hit home with. Now, as many of you know, I'm a hiker, and my hobby is to hike the Appalachian Trail. And I'm almost finished. I have 125 miles to go. So I've done over 2,000 miles on the Appalachian Trail, and I've got 125 miles in Georgia, and then I'm done. And my intent is to finish that this year. I'm going to be finishing that probably toward the end of my year. But what we're challenging clubs to consider, and this is around continuous giving, and I heard Bill say the easiest way to give is through the piggy bank. Well, I beg to differ. Okay? The easiest way to give is through Rotary Direct. Okay, and I put a flyer at every place. And basically what Rotary Direct is giving money through your credit card on a periodic basis. And so, you can do it monthly, you can do it quarterly, you can do it twice a year. And there are a number of folks in the Emmaus Club that do this. And so we want to encourage continuous giving. But if you've got another way that you do it, because I don't want to mess with Emmaus, because you give a lot of money, keep doing what you're doing. But if you don't, this is the way I do it. This is the way I've always given to the Rotary Foundation. And so please consider Rotary Direct. And the flyer is there as a reminder. Honestly, the easiest way to sign up for it is online. But the flyer is there as a reminder. And then the second one is around Paul Harris Society. Now, many of you may know this, but many of you may not. The Paul Harris Society, the leader for that in our district is in your club. And it's none other than Bill Erdman. And so the Paul Harris Society, and I know we have a number of Paul Harris Society members in this club, and thank you for that. But maybe there are a couple more. And the Paul Harris Society is a pledge to give $1,000 a year to the Rotary Foundation. And in my mind, the easiest way to do that is to give $85 a month through Rotary Direct. So please consider that. The other thing I want to mention is in this club we have many major donors, and really, I really want to thank all of you for your gifts to the Rotary Foundation, because major donors really do get it. They understand what we're doing, and we really, really, really appreciate that. So that's my challenge on the annual fund. Again, and this is all about the annual fund. This is the money that we give that comes back to us. And then the next one is the Purple Pinky, and you've heard me speak about this a number of times before. And thank you, Emmaus, for being a club sponsor again this year. And I am happy to say that this year, we have 45 clubs in our district. We have 43 club sponsors. Wow, that is a record. So I haven't figured out what to say to the other two. I have to figure that out. If I haven't, we'll see. But we have 43, and I know that you're going to have a team to come to the Purple Pinky on October 12th. But if you're not one of the ones that are going to be there on the 12th, the way that you can participate is you can sponsor them. Okay? Our goal this year is to raise $42,000 for polio. 5 years ago when we started this, we raised $7,500, and this year we're going for $42,000. And I gave the sponsor sheets to Dee, and if you feel that you'd like to donate, some money to polio this year, please consider talking to Dee, and Dee may pass around the flyers in a week or two to donate and be a club, be a sponsor. And any money that you donate to the Purple Pinky, as long as I can read your name, you will get credit towards your Paul Harris. How's that? Okay? So that's it on the Purple Pinky. The next one is around growing our youth programs. So this past year, we created a Rotary Club Youth Service Award. Actually, it's in our September video. I talk about this. And there's 9 activities on here. These are activities that clubs typically do around youth. We every Rotary Club in our district is involved with youth programs. And the spirit of this award is for clubs to look at this and say, we do this, and this, but maybe we could do this other one. Or maybe we could expand one of these programs. We know that youth is at the core of what we do. And one of our goals this year is to promote youth programs and grow our youth programs. Some of these activities are district-wide, but most of them are not. Most of these are things that clubs typically do. So we want you to look at that and see if there are opportunities to grow youth programs at Emmaus. Now, interestingly enough, I've been doing this with clubs, and so far, I think you're my 25th club to visit, right? There was one club that did all 9 of these. And they only have 20 members. Wow. They only have 20 members in their club, and they do all 9 of these. You'll get a copy of that, Steve. The other one that I want to mention is the Rotary Citation. Now, the Rotary Citation has changed. And speaking to this club, the way the Rotary Citation used to be, only about 10% of our clubs could achieve this. And Emmaus, of course, was one of those 10%. Okay, so you guys would often receive the Rotary Citation. But they've changed it now so that the requirements are now achievable for most clubs. And as a governor, I'm really excited about that because I can promote this now. And now it's a good measure of a healthy, vibrant club. But they've got levels of distinction in there, so I'm sure Emmaus will get the Rotary Citation with levels of distinction. But my hope is that, I have to visit all 45 clubs this year. I'm really hoping that maybe about 35 of them I get to visit next year and present them with this award. So we're promoting this around the district. Last year, out of 45 clubs, only 3 received the Rotary citation. I just got it in the mail yesterday. So I'm excited about this. This is something that is a really good change in my opinion. Next to the last thing I want to talk about is the district conference. Now, you guys did an amazing job last year with the district conference, and for the first time in many, many years, we had over 300 people attend the district conference. Well, next year our goal is to get over 400 people to attend. And in fact, it won't work unless we do. So it's something, and you'll understand that when I explain. But the district conference this year is going to be in King of Prussia. It's going to be at the Valley Forge Casino on April 24th to 26th. And we need Emmaus's, involvement in the conference. We need a great turnout from your club. One of the things we're doing this year is we have 3 district events in one. We're going to be doing our foundation gala. Our foundation gala is going to be on Friday evening. And our district training assembly is going to be on Saturday morning. So we're eliminating 2 district events just so we put them all into one at this event. But the centerpiece of the event is something we're calling the Summit. And the Summit is a Rotarian networking session. So every single club in the district is going to get a table at the Summit. We've got this big area that's open up. And we're also inviting a number of clubs from the Philly district to attend as well because, King of Prussia, there's 15 clubs from the Philly district right there too. So we're expecting, this is just going to be an opportunity to share ideas about Rotary. One of the cool things you get to learn as a district officer is you get to visit all the clubs and you'll learn about all the amazing things that the clubs do. But many times Rotarians know what their club does, but don't know that much about what other clubs do. So this is a great opportunity. Our theme this year is Rotary Connects the World. It's a perfect way to fit. And that's why we need lots of people. The other thing I will mention is there is discount pricing right now for the entire conference. And that is going to be in effect till December 31st. And that's for the whole conference. But after the first of the year, we will be opening up a la carte pricing. So people, if they can only come on Saturday, or if they can only come part of Saturday, things like that, those options are going to exist. Just like they were last year in Allentown, we're going to do all that. But we would encourage you, we need people to come for the whole conference, and we hope you can do that. But if you can't, that option's going to exist. But in order to try to convince you to come for the whole conference, we have 2 outstanding speakers that are coming. So the first one is on Friday night. It's Rotarian Alan Mallory from Toronto. He's an inspirational speaker. He's a member of the first family to climb Mount Everest. And he's going to talk about achieving your goals in Rotary. And he's going to talk about it in the context of his family's adventure climbing Mount Everest. And it's such a cool talk. You'll really enjoy it. And that's on Friday night. On Saturday night, we have Dr. Stephanie Urchik. Dr. Urchik is a Rotary International Director. She's from the Pittsburgh area. She's a past foundation trustee, and she was the chair of the Rotary International Strategic Planning Committee. So this, the vision, together we see a world where people unite and take action to create lasting change. She was the leader of the committee that came up with the new vision and the strategic plan. And she's going to be talking about the future of Rotary. These 2 people are really top-notch speakers. One's on Friday night, one's on Saturday night. So now in closing, I want to tell you a story. And it's a different story, so this is the first time I've told this one. I'm going to do my best. And really, it's a story, I don't know if you guys, how many of you guys remember, well, it was about 9 years ago. And I came here with a couple of other folks from Engineers Without Borders. And we talked to you about our new project in Sierra Leone, about the Centennial School. And the Emmaus Rotary Club was the first club to sponsor us. And you gave $6,000 to the Rotary Foundation on behalf of our project. And I wanted to tell you about how it ended, because that was in 2016. So I need to set this up a little bit. In 2012, I made my first visit to Sierra Leone. And we were concerned about our project at that time. We weren't sure it was going to be sustainable because they weren't raising any money to maintain the equipment that we were putting in place. So we had a meeting with the community leaders there, and they came up with the idea that they were going to charge a student fee to pay for the maintenance. And so they put in place a student fee. So fast forward 2 years later, it was 2014. And we went back, and my role on this second trip was to help them build a 5-year vision for their school where they wanted to go. Everything was going great. They were raising the money, and they had put a reserve in place for the maintenance fund. So things were going great. And then 3 months after we visited, Ebola hit the country, all right? And it was the worst outbreak of Ebola in the history of of the world, right? And thousands of people died. And the way they eliminated Ebola in Sierra Leone was they quarantined the whole country. They didn't allow people to move from section to section, and they banned all public gatherings. So schools, every school in the country was closed for 9 months. And then they wanted to bring back the people to school. They wanted to bring back the students. So one of the things the government did, they made a law saying you can't collect any extra fees. And this maintenance fee that had been put in place, they couldn't collect it anymore. So the good news was they had a reserve, but now the money was starting to be used up. Okay, and they had a maintenance technician, and of course they had to pay him every month. So we went back in March of 2016. Now, this is the story, so I had to give you the background. But the story is, well, it was Friday afternoon, and I'm meeting with Mr. Senge, the principal. And I said, are we all set for the parents' meeting on Tuesday? Because we would always have a parents' meeting. And he says, uh-oh, I forgot. We didn't plan it. He says, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll announce it on the radio on Saturday, and we'll tell the kids on Monday, and we'll have the meeting on Tuesday, but no promises. I don't know how many people are going to show up. So Tuesday morning comes around. A meeting's scheduled for 10 o'clock. Okay? So this is 10 o'clock Africa time. So I'm assuming that this meeting is not going to start till noon, maybe if we're lucky. Okay? So it's 10:15, and I'm sitting in the administrative office, and Mr. Senge comes in and he says, where are you? We want to start the meeting. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, this is Africa. What's going on here? This doesn't make sense. So I walk into the room with the people, and there's 250 parents there.
Excellent.
Right? And I couldn't believe it. And we started the meeting almost on time. And it was just incredible. And one of the government officials were there. And the government official said, well, and he basically reiterated this, you can't collect any maintenance fees. But what happened next was incredible, and we couldn't believe it. One parent after another got up and said, what do you mean they can't collect the maintenance fees? This is our school. We want this school to be the best school in the area. And it's become the best school in the area. And when they got up and they did this one after another, we knew our work was done because they were going to take care of this. And they have. It's 3 years later and everything is going great. So I wanted to tell you that, and really what I wanted to do was I wanted to thank you for what you did 10 years ago.
Herb's a little bit passionate about Rotary. And thank you for all you do, Herb, and thanks for being here today. You're an inspiration. And you know, we watched Cindy go through the DG last year, and she's very passionate Rotarian as well. You're an inspiration, and I mean that truly. So I wanted Herb to know that I've personally challenged Emmaus to grow. And I've asked every single Rotarian here to bring one guest this year. Seems like a pretty easy feat, correct? You have 47 meetings to ask one person to come as your guest. And I'm really challenging all of you to do this because I think that the success rate of bringing someone, think about somebody in the community that you're very impressed by. Think about somebody that can really benefit the community, Rotary, and themselves. And let's bring them next week. It's an easy pitch. Hey, I'd love to treat you to breakfast, my treat at Brookside Country Club, and you want to learn how they're trying to sustain the purification of water in Haiti? I mean, who wouldn't want to come see that? So,
I know we're running over, but can I
Sure.
solve that? Just
Come
for a
on.
second? Okay. This is an amazing program, this hand wash program. Rotary International has set a goal to provide clean water and proper sanitation to the entire country of Haiti by 2030. This is an unbelievable goal, okay? And what Neil's gonna do is he's gonna talk to you about how they're gonna do it, okay?
it's awesome. It's awesome. And that's why I'm saying, guys, I mean, that's an easy pitch. So please, let's try to fill this room next week. I'll even call Robert and we can bust out into the rest of the room. So with that said, I'm going to read a wise saying from Peter Nagaga. Did I say that right? Naga. Okay, that's close. A tree is known by the fruits it produces. And that is exactly what we're doing here. So go out and produce some fruit, and let's grow this tree. All right, please stand. Let's end the meeting today with the four-way test. The four-way test of the things we think, say, or do. First,
is it true?
Second,
Is it fair to all concerned?
Third,
Will it build goodwill and better friendships?
and fourth.
Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Thanks, everybody. There is a board meeting immediately following right now. Have a great week and weekend.